Hey guys, welcome back to the Laux Family Farm. My name is Amber.
Hello.
And this is Hunter Lynn. Earlier this morning, Alex's grandfather came out and helped us do some maintenance on our blueberry bushes and our apple tree. These plants were original with our property. Our house was built in 1970, and I believe they planted the apple trees and blueberry bushes around that same time. So these plants are a good 50 years old. We've never given them any maintenance in the last 9 years, and it is clear they needed a lot. Here are the blueberry bushes after we gave them a really nice hard prune. This is all that we took off of them. There was a weed growing in it, and it was really taking over. So we tried to get all of that out. We may have to come back and do another good pruning once everything starts budding up more and we can see what we're working with. But we tried to give them a lot of good airflow in the middle. And then over here is where we have our large apple tree. Alex and I still have to cut all the wood up and get it cleaned up. But basically, they did a hard prune on this side to try to promote this new growth, where we can get apples at a much lower height. We left this side still because we're hoping we'll still get some apples this year off of this side, and then next year we'll give that a hard prune once this other side starts taking off. So we just got to get this cleaned up. Hey, so it is the next day, and I am going to be working on planting up the rest of my kitchen garden beds here right off the side of our house. We have 4 beds in total. These 2 get the best lighting, and I did plant them up last Sunday. I planted some onions and a lot of leafy greens for salads and carrots. I am trying out for the first time the board method for my carrots. There's no germination yet, but it's only been 7 days, and carrots do take quite a while to germinate. The idea behind planting carrots and laying this board down is that carrots are very small. They like to be planted right on top of the soil. And so a lot of times what happens is when you plant the carrot seeds, rain will wash them away and you won't ever find them again because they're so little. Or also with carrot seeds, it does take them so long to germinate that it's hard to keep them moist when they're right on the top of the soil. So this board, you plant the seeds just right on top of the soil, you don't bury them at all, and then you put a board on top of them and you watch them carefully, and the minute you see germination, you take the board off. So these beds are all planted. Like I said, we did that a week ago, And I am starting to see germination though on my radishes. Let me see if I can get a nice zoomed in picture of that. I'm not sure if with the lighting you can see, but there is 1, 2 little seeds. Oh, another one right here that's getting ready to turn into a cute little seedling. So radishes are doing well. I haven't seen anything of my leafy greens yet. So these are done. It's just these beds over on this side. Now these 2 beds, I am planting already started cabbages, broccoli, and cauliflower. The reason is it's right off the side of the house, and this is the east side of our house. So they get great morning and afternoon light, but then they are shaded in the evening. And from looking online, it says that broccoli and cabbages, although not wonderful, they do somewhat okay. Now the reason we went ahead and made these garden beds on the side of our house, even though we knew it wasn't the best lighting, is that during the summer when it is so hot, a lot of your cabbages, leafy greens like broccoli and lettuces, kale, they'll all start to flower in what's called bolting, which means that they'll try to be going to seed because it's so hot. They like a nice cooler temperature. This is my first year trying to grow broccoli and cauliflower, which is why I did not start from seed. I wanted to go ahead and get started plants so I could test it out and see how it goes. So wish me luck. I did forget to mention, I am also going to be planting up a variety of lettuce called tennis ball. And then the number 1 utensils I'm going to use to plant my cabbage is this, I think it's called like a dabber. Basically you just, you know, poke the ground. It's like a glorified stick. And then of course one of these. I'm also going to make sure that I leave a nice open section to where I can insert some of my herbs that I've already started, like my cilantro and dill and some other things in this first garden bed. So I'll only probably be planting half of this one. Now I'm going to use my dabber to draw and make lines in the soil. And then I'm going to seed my lettuce pretty heavily in the little trenches I made. I will have to come back after they've sprouted and do what's called thinning them out, which means I'm going to select the best seedlings to keep, and then the weaker seedlings I will come back and just pluck them out. I could use them as microgreens and eat them, feed them to my chickens, you know, any of that, but they will need some spacing later, so I'll thin them out. I'm just going to gently press just a little bit of the soil on top to cover, and that's it. Tennis ball lettuce. It's my first time trying it. We'll see, hopefully it does well for me. Now it's time to move on to the cabbage. Okay, so I got 2 varieties of cabbages, Golden Acre and then also Ruby Perfection. And it says to plant them 18 inches apart, which is another reason why I do love my dabber. It has measurements on my dabber so that I can also use it to space out. Last year I just found a favorite stick and I kept it, and then when I was watching other gardeners videos I discovered the dabber and I absolutely love it. So space these 18 inches apart and then we'll water it in and this bed will be complete. So I'm gonna leave this section of the bed for my herbs that I have started inside, and then this half of the bed is where I'll plant the cabbage. laying everything out so I know where I want to space it. Too. So just like the cabbage, cauliflower, and broccoli, I have never tried planting before, and to be completely honest, it's not something I really enjoy eating. My husband Alex does, and I do have family and friends that enjoy it. And I think that's kind of the beauty in gardening for me, is that when I grow some of these vegetables, it makes me a lot more interested in trying to find recipes that I do like, vegetables I typically don't eat. So I am going to try and grow them this year and see how it goes. They are beautiful plants, so I am so excited to grow them, just not as excited to eat them, but I do have family and friends who are. So I am going to space them. It says 18 inches apart, so it should fill up this bed completely. Because they're in the shade, I do think it might take longer to get them to mature, but they do get some great, as you can see, like morning sun, especially in the front. So I'm going to split the bed in half so that I can guarantee that half of my broccoli and half of my cauliflower will be getting some good sun, and it's just the heads that I'm planting a little bit closer to the house might take a little bit longer for maturity, but I think they'll do well. I mean, I hope I do, and we'll see. This is honestly just like so many other things on our farm. This year is a lot of experimenting and trying new things, so we're gonna give it a shot. All right, so we're gonna do cauliflower on this side and broccoli on this side of the bed. And just like the last video, I'm going to get it all laid out first, and then I'll come in with either my spade or my dabber, and I'll put the holes and I'll plant them in, and then we'll water them in. The cauliflower is done. On to the broccoli. All right, they're all planted up, and I just have to water them in now. The garden beds are all done and planted. I'm heading to the pole barn because Alex says he has a surprise for me. So a month ago I asked Alex to make me an obelisk, and he's been saying no, no, no. But it looks like he's finally giving in and making me one. Thanks, babe. Check out this obelisk he built me. I went ahead and stained my other trellises too, since I'm in the process of doing a big landscaping project on the side of our house. I'll have a video on that soon, so be sure you subscribe to our channel so that you can see a nice little landscape remodel on the side of our house later. All right, I'm almost ready to end this vlog, but I had to give another update on the obelisk. Alex added some more details to it. I still need to finish staining, but then I'll move it out to the flower beds and get a nice, beautiful trailing plant to climb up it. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Hey, kiddos! Yeah, I got it just, it's gonna just make it.
The bed?
The top. Oh, you're making it. Guys, you might need a dunk. Mommy's too short to open it all the way. You're good. The river dunk.